Hi everybody, welcome back to Living with Seizures and Epilepsy. And today we want to give a couple of shout outs.
To Xavier Sweets and to Mel Tea, which she has another a channel that you need to go and check out.
Also in relation to seizures.
Yes.
Yep. And today we're going to talk about medications. We are going to strictly talk about the medications that Scott has been on because we are not doctors, and also because there are so many medications out there for seizures. We could spend hours talking about them. So when Scott first started having seizures in 2000, the doctors put him on Dilantin. And how did the Dilantin make you feel?
Dilantin was not a friendly drug for me. It didn't really work that well for me.
Why?
It still caused some seizures, but
It didn't cause the seizures, but it didn't prevent the
Right.
seizures.
And also it made you dizzy and kind of cloudy feeling.
Like a brain fog.
Yes.
Okay. So then about 5 years after that, I think it was, we had moved from Orlando to Cincinnati and had a new neurologist. And that neurologist added in Keppra. And what did the Keppra do for you initially?
Initially, Keppra was good.
It lifted the fog.
Yes, it took the fog out, and at first it was good, but over the years it just seemed like it got worse.
What got worse?
Depression set in. I started having anger and massive migraines. So
the anger was first. The anger issues were first. And the doctor actually prescribed an antidepressant to help counteract that, and that did help for a while. And then in the last 2 years, it's been major depression and migraines. But then in 2013, Scott's liver levels started rising. And they attributed the rise to the Dilantin. So the doctor that he was seeing at that time started taking him off the Dilantin and didn't increase the Keppra to help prevent the seizures. And at the time, the Dilantin and the Keppra was the cocktail that kept the seizures at bay. He was only having maybe one seizure a year. So in 2013, the doctor started cutting back on the Dilantin, and he had back-to-back seizures because he didn't increase anything else. It was also when we pretty much cut ties with that doctor. And in the course of the back-to-back seizures, he was admitted to the hospital for a week, and they found a genetic condition called hemochromatosis, which was actually what was causing the liver levels to rise. It was not the Dilantin. And we'll talk about that another time. And then, so we switched doctors, and the new doctor took him completely off the Dilantin. So the doctor, back when he was in the hospital, he started seeing a new doctor who decided to wean him off the Dilantin and increased the Keppra. And that worked for us most of the time, but he was still having at least one seizure a year. So the doctor decided to add a second drug, Lamictal, or the generic is Lamotrigine. He decided to add that in and see if that didn't prevent the seizures. So far, that prevented grand mal seizures. He didn't have grand mal seizures for almost 3 years. He did have the petit mal seizures, but he would have the pauses where he would kind of stare off and just he would forget things and couldn't remember what he was doing. And so in the past month, because the migraines and the depression was so bad, he had to advocate for himself, and he said, I want to come off the Keppra, because we kind of were suspecting that was the culprit of the depression and the migraines. So the doctor switched him from off the Keppra. He's still on the Lamotrigine. He takes that twice a day. And then he is on another drug called Onfi, or Clobomax. That's a generic name. And that cocktail seems to be working as well for him. And what happened when you came off the Keppra?
Happy.
Yes. Happy, no more migraines.
More migraines.
He's very into building things and doing things around the house, and he pretty much hasn't the last few years, just because he said there was just like a flat line. There was no urge to do anything, go anywhere. So it's very nice to have him back. Yay! So part of the pill talking about your medications is, if you're feeling bad on something, advocate for yourself and see if there's something else out there that the doctor can prescribe that might get rid of some of those side effects. Like for Scott, the depression and the migraines that were being caused, that we think were being caused by the Keppra. So you've got to really advocate for yourself and make sure you're taking something that works for you and makes you feel better, because it's not just about preventing the seizures. You want to be able to have a healthy lifestyle and feel good, other than when you're having seizures.
No, the Keppra didn't start right away. It was a decent drug to start off with, and it didn't start changing for me until about
2-3 years ago.
2-3 years.
Well, I think all of the symptoms were a gradual come on, because you had the anger issues at first, but you still felt fine. But you would just be angry at. Do you want to tell the story?
No.
You want me to tell the story?
Sure, you can.
We had gone through the McDonald's drive-thru, and they didn't put a straw in the bag, and he basically flipped out about a straw. And I'm like, you don't even have a straw at home ever. You drink it out of a cup. Take the lid off. You'll be fine. You can drink your Coke without a straw. And he was very upset. And then he kind of thought about it for a while. And he's like, I really think I need to talk to the doctor about this. And I was like, yeah, you do. And that's when they put him on Cymbalta, which did help initially. But then the Keppra built up over so many years and just caused the depression and the migraines.
So
I have to say, when you came off of it, he felt better mentally within a week. That the change was so fast that he felt better.
I did. So your medication could change you after some time. So if the doctor has you on Dilantin or Keppra or something like that, give it a chance for a little while, and then talk to your doctor about changing.
Yeah, make sure you're an advocate for yourself. That's the biggest thing, so that you feel good. So if you have any questions or comments, put them below. We'll be happy to answer what we can. And like and subscribe to our channel.
Crazy.
But smiling because her husband's back. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.